Hi and welcome to Arsenal Fan Zones. If you're visiting this channel for the first time, please do well to hit on the subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the notification button as well so you get to be notified whenever there's a new video. Okay, so the last time on the show we did talk about the effect of the World Cup on some of these players and particularly as it in the area of injuries and of course the fact that these players will be exhausted after the tournament. And boom, we have suffered our first major casualty. It was an unfortunate one and obviously not the kind of situation you would like to have at this point in time. Gabriel Jesus has suffered a knee injury that will keep him out of the squad for a significant period of time. In our quest to win the World Cup, the Premier League now, sorry, this is not the kind of news you want. If you have to emphasize the fact that we have only played 14 matches and 24 to go, and the plan is obviously to win the league. This is once again going to be a very tall order for Arsenal to actually maintain their position. The fact that this guy is actually an integral member of the team makes it even difficult. Now, obviously, there's been several reports of how long he's going to be out with that injury, whether 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever the case may be. Some have even actually said as far as the possibility of actually having a knee surgery. And the implication to that is that he might be out for several months. But again, whatever the case may be, it just tells you the fact that Arsenal will need to get more players in the January transfer season. There's been a couple of players being linked to Arsenal. That has usually been the case whenever the transfer season opens. Quite a number of players have actually been linked to Arsenal. But whether these players will eventually make it to the team, whether these players will be signed at the end of the day, is a very big question. We cannot afford to have just Eddie Nketiah as the number one striker. We always talk about the likes of Manchester City, who always have backups, for eventualities like this. But that obviously cannot be said about Arsenal. So we will obviously need to get players, in that direction if we have to put any major fight for the league. Bukayo Saka, another fantastic performance by the young lad in their 3-0 walloping of the Teranga Lions of Senegal. Fantastic performance you would want to see. And like we have always said in the show, if England will have to go far in the World Cup, this man has to be protected. Scoring another fantastic goal for England, putting up another man of the man performance in the game against the Teranga Lions. Okay, so the same story cannot be said of Thomas Partey, who saw his World Cup campaign come to an end after Ghana were beaten by Uruguay, who picked them to a place in the knockout stage. It was obviously an unfortunate situation for Thomas Partey, but what can you say? It actually comes with mixed feelings, I would have loved to see my African brothers make it to the next round of the World Cup, but we still need Thomas Partey. It is also good that he didn't pick any injury. As a matter of fact, if you ask me, if any player was going to pick in any form of injury at the World Cup, he actually looked likely to be that player. But thankfully, he's coming back to the team without any injury. Okay, so for Granit Xhaka, we actually saw him handed the man of the match award for his performance, which actually saw him guide his team through a roller coaster of a match that at one point saw them losing and facing elimination. Things actually started well as his team went a goal ahead through Xherdan Shaqiri, but were quickly pegged back via Alexander Mitrovic header, before Dusan Vlahovic turned the contest upside down by putting the Serbians in front. Granit Xhaka managed to steer his team through a difficult encounter that saw 11 yellow cards dished out to ensure his team finished second in their group to reach the last stain of the competition for the fourth time out of the last 5 tournaments. They will now face Portugal on Tuesday, December 6th. It must be said that Matona actually put off a general impressive performance at the World Cup, but it was always going to be difficult against a star-studded Dutch side who are also favorites to win the World Cup. We still have a few more players left, and we're hoping that we do not have any further injuries before the end of the World Cup. Please leave your views in the comment section on what you think as it concerns the injuries suffered by Gabriel Jesus. Well, thank you very much for joining me on the show today. Please do not forget to hit on the subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification button as well so you get to be notified whenever there is a new video. See you some other time.